start off with some lower body focused stuff. See if I can get my head in the picture a little bit better here. So we're gonna warm up with some marching in place. So you could do this multiple ways. You could sort of do like a soldier kind of a march where you're moving forward and back, including your arms. You can also do this sort of like you would do high knees. So a lot of times when you do high knees, you're running through, but you're hitting your hands to try and make sure you're getting plenty of height out of your legs each time. You can also do this as a really giant step out to the side. So I really like maximizing my range of motion. That feels really good to my body. But again, if you want to run through it or do any version of marching that works for you, go for that. Trying to get a little variety here. And now we're going to just kick our legs back. So again, sort of like a walking motion, but kicking left leg back and then right leg back, alternating here. And then including your arms. So left arm and right leg are coordinated. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to circle our hip joint by moving our knee in the most gigantic circle possible. A lot of times when we do this, I let you guys keep your foot down. But today, hold on to something steady. Bring your foot up as high, or your knee up as high as you possibly can, out to the side as far as you can. And then once you get your knee out to the side as far as possible, lift the ankle up so it's as high as your knee if you can. Then bring it around the back. So your knee is going behind you as far as you can, and then continue that circle. So pause, bring your ankle up and around. And again, don't forget to hold on to something for balance here. Won't do you any good if you fall over and hurt yourself. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and reverse direction, bringing the knee back first, up and out, trying to keep that knee and ankle in line with each other, and then coming around to the front, back, up and out, and around. One more here. Beautiful. And then we'll switch sides. So again, I'm drawing the biggest circle I can with my knee around my hip joint, but I'm also bringing my ankle up in line with my knee if possible, or as close to the goal as you can as you circle around. Holding on to things for balance as needed. Beautiful. Let's reverse the direction. So pushing the knee behind us as much as possible first, then coming out to the side, and then to the front and down. Beautiful. If you're just joining us, we're warming up our hips a little bit to have a little bit of a lower body day. Nice. One more here. Beautiful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of stretching for our hips. Start off, level number one is just taking your hips and lifting the left hip as high as you can, dropping the right hip as far as you can, and pushing the hips to the left side. Trying to feel a little stretch in your adductors. And then switching sides. Right hip is coming up as high as you can, left hip is going down, and the hips have moved from the center line over to the right a bit. Beautiful. You can stay here and continue alternating side to side, or you can move your feet a bit wider apart. And you can do a low squat, side lunge, Cossack squat, different names for all of the same things. So I'm going to come down low, stay low as I switch sides, and then sink into this side. Stay low, stay low, stay low. And if you want to modify it and come up and then do the other side, that's totally fine. Just getting a little bit of variety by staying low. Nice. You can always pause and sink into the stretch a little bit more. You could absolutely drop your hands to the floor and support yourself and relax into the stretch. Just don't forget to give some love to both sides if you do hang out in one position. Beautiful. One more second for the last side here. Excellent. Come on up. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer together. So you'd sort of be underneath your elbows if your arms were out to the sides here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hip flexor stretch that has an additional range of motion component. So I'm going to take my hips, and like my tail is wagging out behind me, I'm going to tuck it underneath me. So I'm really tucking through the pelvis here. I'm engaging my lower abs, my glutes to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pivot my left foot, my right heel. So I'm turning to my right while keeping the hips tucked. So while my pelvis stays tucked, and that's going to offer a little hip flexor stretch here. If that doesn't feel like enough of a stretch for you, you can move your feet a little bit wider apart, further apart, and that will enhance the stretch for you. So back to center, retuck your hips, and twist to the right, retuck the hips, and back to center. So it's all about maintaining that tuck to get that stretch. Beautiful. While we're here, we're going to pause, gone back and forth a couple of times. Now I'm going to gift my hip flexor a little bit more by taking my left arm, reaching it up and over. I'll come down a little lower so you can see. Reaching up and over. And you can also enhance the stretch by bending through the right knee a little bit more. Whenever you're ready, come on out and come back up to the center, bringing your feet back to that original starting position, and then we'll do the other side. So I'm going to pivot. I'm going to tuck my hips first, then I'm going to pivot to the left. So tucking the tail underneath, pivoting, keeping that tuck to feel a little stretch through the hip flexor. And driving that right hip forward. If you don't bring your hips square to the wall in front of you, or my wall in front of me, I won't feel the maximum stretch here. So driving my right hip forward is helpful. Pivoting back, retucking and adjusting everything. So even though I'm tucking my pelvis, I still have nice, long, tall posture. And twisting again. By twisting, I really mean pivoting to the left to stretch out my right hip flexor. And back, maintaining that tuck. One more time here. And now I'm going to sink into the stretch. So if I want to bring my feet farther apart, if I want to bend through my right knee, all good news. If I want to bring my arm up and over, that'll add a little length through my right side and actually does pull on my hip flexor a little bit to gift my body a little bit more stretch there. Your hip flexors are a group of muscles, which is why they're a functional group. And I like thinking about muscles in functional groups because that actually can help us understand them better than if we're thinking about them as like strings or rubber bands or something like that, because they work in conjunction with each other. All right, come on out of that whenever you're ready. And we are going to look at my upper body now. So we're going to start off with our arms straight out to the side, just doing some little arm circles. Think about nice, long, tall spine posture. Almost like somebody has one of your hairs at the top of your head, and they're pulling you up, maybe even a string to the front of your chest, and that's pulling you up. So you're nice and tall and open here. Check in with your hands. If your thumbs are not already going to the wall behind you and your palms aren't up already, bring your palms up and your thumbs behind. That's external rotation through your shoulders, so that can lead to a feeling of more chest open kind of a position. Beautiful. Bring your arms down to your sides now. We're going to inhale them up overhead while keeping the shoulders low. And down. This time, go at the pace of your own breath. So the cadence of your own breath, however long you naturally inhale for, that's how long you take to bring your arms up overhead. And whatever feels natural for an exhale for you, bring your arms down at that cadence. Beautiful. We're going to do the same thing with our arms coming out into a horizontal T position. So inhaling, arms open. And exhaling, arms closed. One more, just at your own pace here. Beautiful. And now we're actually going to bring our arms down and out to the side, just inhaling, open, exhaling, closed. One more at your own pace. Inhaling, arms open, and exhaling, close. And now we're going to do the Y from the YMCA. So before we had our arms straight down and we were going straight up, this time our arms are out to the side a bit. So inhaling, arms up. Seeing if you can reach those thumbs behind you a little bit further, and then exhaling, arms down. This last one, take into consideration everything your body needs and wants from this, and go at your own pace. Inhaling, arms up, and exhaling them down. Beautiful. Take a moment to just check in with your body and see if there's any other additional stretch that you might like to do just for you and how your body feels today. Thinking about, would I like a little twisting? Could I really go for a side bend? Do I want to, round my lower back, and maybe a forward fold would feel really good? But just taking a moment to check in with your body, be mindful of yourself, and then receive that feedback and do something that feels great with it. So for myself, I'm going to do a neck stretch. If you haven't found something that will feel good to you, that comes to mind, you can join me with this one. But if you have something that you go, oh yes, I know exactly what I want to do, please go ahead and do that. I'm just going to drop my left ear to my left shoulder. Going to take just the weight of my hand, not pulling on my neck, but just a gentle resting weight on my hand, and allow my neck to come to the side. And release the tension that I build up during the day. Come back up to center. And then I'm going to drop my right ear to my right shoulder and allow the gentle weight of my hand to pull me into the stretch a little bit more as I lean my head to the right. Beautiful. Come back up to center. That's our 15 minutes, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Take care.